Hello and welcome. Today we'll introduce one of Japan's great racehorses, Heart's Cry. Heart's Cry was foaled on April 15, 2001 at Shadai Farm. His sire was Sunday Silence, a leading stallion in Japanese racing, and his dam was Irish Dance, a daughter of Tony Bin, who won 2 graded stakes. He was a well-bred colt, combining 2 top sires of the era, Tony Bin and Sunday Silence. His name was inspired by the Heart's Cry, a piece from the dance performance River Dance, drawn from his dam's name. Before his debut, his value was said to be rated low, in part because of his bow-legged conformation. There is even an anecdote that other jockeys laughed during his pre-race warm-up. He began his career from the Rito-based stable of Kojiro Hashiguchi. His debut came late, after the new year as a 3-year-old, in January 2004, in a 2,000-meter turf race at Kyoto. He broke well and settled in a good spot, around 3rd or 4th, then turned into the stretch. He drove through a small gap between rivals, took the lead, and held on to win by a length. It was a successful first start. His next race was the Grade 3 Kisaragi Show. Despite having only 1 win, he stepped up in class. The race featured Black Tide, the favourite, who was the older brother of Deep Impact. Heart's Cry raced from mid-pack. In the stretch, he chased the front-running pair, Black Tide and Minor Brook. He finished strongly, but could not catch them, ending up 3rd. Even so, it was fair to say he performed well for a lightly raced colt. His next start was the Wakaba Stakes. He took a position just behind mid-pack, saving his late kick. Suzuka Mambo was a little ahead of him. At the crucial point, Heart's Cry advanced along with Suzuka Mambo, and from about 600 meters out to the finish, they ran side by side. Suzuka Mambo was in front until just before the line, but Heart's Cry edged past at the end. It was his 2nd win. With that, he secured a place to aim confidently at the classic Satsuki Show, Japanese 2,000 guineas. On Satsuki Show Day, he was sent off the 5th choice. The race shape favoured the leaders, and coming from the rear, he also met traffic. Heart's Cry finished a well-beaten 14th. He regrouped and went to the Grade 2 Kyoto Shimbun High, a trial for the Japanese Derby. A top finish there would grant priority entry to the Derby. Heart's Cry raced 2nd last early. In the stretch, the field fanned out wide, and he threaded through. Suzuka Mambo struck the front first. With his long stride, Heart's Cry closed in bit by bit and got past in the final strides. It was his first graded stakes victory, and it earned him a spot in the Derby. On Derby Day, Heart's Cry was the 5th choice. After the break, he settled 2nd last. The first 1,000 meters went in 57.6 seconds, an extremely fast pace that favored those coming from behind, including Heart's Cry. But the odds-on favorite King Kamehameha was very strong. He moved to the lead early and kept going to win in record time. Heart's Cry closed well from the rear, narrowing the gap to a length and a half at the line to finish 2nd. The effort was highly rated. In the autumn Grade 2 Kobe Shimbun High, he faced King Kamehameha again, and Heart's Cry was the close 2nd choice in the betting. As usual, he dropped to the rear early, but his move in the stretch came a bit too late. He could not catch King Kamehameha and finished 3rd. For the final classic, the Kika Show, Heart's Cry went off the favourite. King Kamehameha was absent, having been aimed at the Tenno Show, Autumn, and his retirement was announced the day before the Kika Show. Heart's Cry again tried to close from the back, but disappointed in 7th. 7th was a letdown, but the margin to the winner Delta Blues was only about 3.5 lengths. Hardly a huge gap. He then ran in the Japan Cup and the Arima Kinen. With similar tactics, he finished 10th in the Japan Cup and 9th in the Arima Kinen, 2 lackluster results. His first start of the 2005 season was the Grade 2 Osaka High. From the back, he finished 2nd to Sunrise Pegasus. In the spring Tenno Show, he was 5th, about 4 lengths behind the winner Suzuka Mambo. The frustrating runs continued. In the Spring Grand Prix, the Takarazuka Kinen, he produced the fastest closing section in the field. Even so, he fell just short in 2nd to Sweep Tosho, who became the first mare in 39 years to win the race. Heart's Cry was turned out for the summer and returned to the stable in the autumn. According to trainer Hashiguchi, when he came back from the spell, he had developed as if he were a different horse. He kicked off the autumn with the Tenno show, Autumn. From this race, Christophe Lemaire, riding in Japan on a short-term license, took the reins, and he would stay on Heart's Cry to the end. Heart's Cry raced a bit more forward than usual, sitting mid-pack. The first 1,000 meters went in 62.4 seconds, a slow pace that did not suit closers. He quickened home in 32.8 seconds for the final 600 meters, but the leaders did not stop. He was sixth, 0.3 seconds behind the winner, Heavenly Romance. It was a strong run and not one to be discouraged by. In the following Japan Cup, the pace was the opposite of the Tenno show, fast, 57.3 seconds for the first 1,000 meters. Heart's Cry sat third last, used the long Tokyo stretch to finish hard, and was a nose second to Al-Qayasid. It was close. Al-Qayasid stopped the clock in 2:22.1, breaking the world record set by Horlicks in 1989. Heart's Cry recorded the same time. Jockey Lemaire was convinced of the horse's ability. Year-end Arima Kinen. But that year everyone knew a powerhouse would line up, Deep Impact. The legendary colt had just completed an undefeated sweep of the Triple Crown, and he went into the Arima Kinen as a heavy favorite at 1.3 in the win pool. Jockey Christophe Lemaire studied Deep Impact and reached one conclusion: if we keep more than a 10-length gap on him during the race, Heart's Cry can win. When the gates opened, Heart's Cry abandoned his usual closing style and went forward. Deep Impact dropped to the rear. That said, even on the replay, the margin was not quite 10 lengths. Even so, around the final 200 meters, Heart's Cry took the lead and held off the charging Deep Impact by half a length. It was his first Grade 1 victory and his first win in about a year and a half. Still, there was a sense that Deep Impact had been outmaneuvered and ended up losing. Following this win, trainer Hashiguchi revealed plans for an overseas campaign. Thus, his first start of 2006 was the Dubai Sheema Classic. Heart's Cry went forward again and made all, scoring by 4 lengths. It was a refreshing win that seemed to say his Arima Kinen was no fluke. This made 2 Grade 1 victories. In July, he tackled the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Diamond Stakes. Heart's Cry briefly hit the front in the final straight, but Electrocutionist and Hurricane Run went past, and he finished third. Even so, proving his ability in one of Europe's top races was highly valuable. After returning to Japan, his first domestic start was the Japan Cup, a rematch with Deep Impact. Before the race, it was announced that Heart's Cry was suffering from roaring. He ran anyway but finished 10th of 11, a heavy defeat. The loss was attributed to the condition, and after discussions with the owner and connections, retirement was decided. Including his overseas starts, his career record was 19-5, with 2 Grade 1 wins. After retirement, he entered stud at Shadai Stallion Station in Ebira, Hokkaido. While his racing career often left a sense of frustration, as a stallion, he can fairly be called a major success. The quickest to make an impact was Win Variation, who finished second in Grade 1 races 4 times. With Orfevre in that era, you could say he was unlucky to have been born at the same time. In 2013, the Tenno show, Autumn, was won by Just Away, giving Heart's Cry his first top-level title as a sire. Just Away then captured the 2014 Dubai Duty Free, completing a parent and offspring double in Dubai for Heart's Cry. At the 2014 Oaks, Nuovo Record won. The following week, the Derby went to One and Only, and a week later, Just Away took the Yasuda Kinen, an extraordinary run of 3 consecutive Grade 1 victories by Heart's Cry progeny. In 2018, Yoshida won the Old Forester Turf Classic Stakes and the Woodward Stakes in the United States, thriving as a Japanese-bred, US-trained horse. Lys Gracieux won 4 Grade 1 races between 2018 and 2019, including Australia's Cox Plate, establishing herself among the very best mares. Also, as a Japanese-bred, Ireland-trained runner, Continuous won the 2023 Saint Leger and other major races. Heart's Cry retired from stud duty at the end of 2020 and passed away on March 9, 2023, at age 22. 2 weeks after his death, in the Dubai Sheema Classic, Christophe Lemaire made the running on Equinox, just as he had with Heart's Cry, and won. After the race, he said, "The last time I won this race was with Heart's Cry, who passed away 2 weeks ago. I want to thank Equinox for giving me the chance to pay tribute to him." That's all for this time. If you want to learn more about Japan's great racehorses, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.